Welcome back, guys, and Happy New Year once again. We're a few days into the new year, and I have some replays for you guys. You may notice, actually you probably won't because you're not seeing the deck list, but my deck has changed slightly throughout some of these replays I am testing. Mix of board breakers, hand traps, all board breakers, which hand traps, which ratios, testing it all for you guys. But this is my pretty much standard Cyber Dragon, I'm going to call it. It's with Therion, Clockwork, and Cyber Dragon. And personally, I think the Power Bond play is the way to go with it. First replay here is against Flander. He does have Duality, Advent, Apex Avian, Imperm, and another Advent. So not really that great of a hand. We have Imperm, Clockwork, Therion, or Coliseum. This is a card I actually currently am testing not playing. I was playing it at 2 and at 1, and we will get to all that with the deck profile when we do it. Forbidden Droplet cards is really good, and Cyber Dragon Noxter. So we're going to start on out here. He's going to go Duality. He hits his Eaglin, so that's going to work for him there. Now he's got combo. He can go off. He gets his map effect, all the fun stuff that Flander likes to do, right? So Eaglin, Rabina, grab that back, the Rabina, normal summon, then we can go ahead and search out the statue. Then we can go for Empen effect, Eaglin. We're going to Imperm just to kind of stop him there, make sure he doesn't get that Dreaming Town. Then he normal summons the statue and sets his infinite impermanence. We go search out our Regulus. Then we can go ahead and we get rid of it because, I mean, we didn't really need it anymore at that point. And we also can get the Cyber Dragon gone. To negate both his cards, because now we can special summon and we can do our fun plays. Next we're going to bring back Cyber Dragon. He's going to use the effect, summon out the Eaglin. We're going to special summon Eaglin effect. I don't really care. He's got the Ryza, then spin back effect, you know, discard summon, and then we just go into a fortress. I could have played it a little bit smarter, but you know, we didn't, and that's the end of the day. Some slight misplays do happen. Draws into Dark Ruler. Not going to help him out any there. We get our Coliseum. Like I said, I was playing 2 at certain points. 2 Coliseum, 2 Regulus was where I started with. Then we just kind of control it and beat him down with our machines. Because believe it or not, too, just Clockwork turning his cards to machines can actually hurt as well. Whole bunch of replays there, but not all of them for you guys. I got both replays against this player. He was on Sword Soul. I always kind of like the Sword Soul matchup for Cyber Dragon. I feel like these combo decks aren't the worst by any means to go against, because that's kind of what we do is break boards, and they don't do anything super oppressive. Almirage helps with Blackout. Just lots of good ways for us to interact and play versus this deck. Let him finish comboing off, so he ends with Baron, Blackout, Cheeks Out, and Berserker. I actually misclicked that. I didn't want to do Realm. I was going to change a heart to force him, but it worked out because I was like, oh shoot, that's not what I wanted to do. And I was like, wait, this isn't going to matter, because now we can just go Clockwork, and we're going to actually OTK here because we summon the Cyber Dragon. And because of Clockwork, he has to target a worm he controls. It turns him all to machines, so he can't even use Blackout. Clockwork turned the Blackout off, and we don't get rid of the Baron because its negate is already gone. So we have a 4500 Fortress, change a heart, now it gets the boost, and that's 8000 exactly. So like I said, slight misplay, but it didn't actually end up mattering. It actually worked out really good for us. As promised, the second replay versus him. I actually didn't have a side deck for this because I wanted to just test what the deck can do in all scenarios, like main deck, what can I do? This is kind of it. This is the video, guys. Like I said, if you want the deck profile, let me know down below. I'm going to keep messing around with ratios and everything before I actually come out and do it. Imperm on the Cheeks Out just to force that Baron, so it's a 1-for-1 trade-off, because now the Baron can't do anything. And he's got Cheeks Out, the Circle, that's kind of lackluster, Poly, and Blackout. And we hard draw the polymerization. We hard draw the Power Bond. Not going to matter in this case that he has the Cheeks Out, because it's like, well, we got Claw, we got Emergency, we got Core, and we open Power Bond. So literally none of this matters. We use the effect to go get Realm. And then we can go, we're forcing out the blackout because I assume that it is there, but we have emergency, Noxter, and power bond, so I'm not really worried about it. Obviously we go Almirage here because he has to blackout, otherwise we'd use our Almirage to protect our card anyway. So he pop and gets rid of. So then he's got the 2 set. Then we go and we can go power bond, send. Then we use the effect pop both, hers, chainlink 2, grab Noxter back in case it fails, mill, attack 3 times, and that's going to be our 2-0 versus Sword Soul. Oh, I was actually trying to skip over this one, but since we're here, we are here. I do talk on the channel about, I don't only show when things go good, as long as there's learning moments. I don't mind showing a loss. So we're against a Shizu tier here, and we go ahead, we're going to get milled for a whole bunch because the Shizu tier is such a fun deck to play against. Testing out Alpha over Pankratops because Pankratops destroys, whereas Alpha bounces back, and I've been actually liking it a lot. And it's also a level 8 like Fortress and Therion for like Dingirsu rank 8 plays, so pretty happy with how it's performing. This is actually a really interesting replay with how it works out. He goes into his redoer, standby phase. He does hit a spell of mine, so he is going to get a free draw. We can go ahead, we use our, or did he hit a spell? No, he hit a King Regulus. Okay, so it really gets nothing. Or, yeah, he got a spell. Clockwork. There we go. So we Feather Duster to get rid of all of his back row. We special summon the Beast because now we can bounce the Rukalos. Rukalos, sorry. But he does detach. It is for effect. And, I mean, I had Droplet, so technically I could have stopped it there. It's just kind of a weird hand here that we're at. However, thanks to his mills, we could actually attempt to Chimera discard power bond because we're playing 2, and we have our setup already engraved to go into Rampage, so it actually works out. However, you know, they have more effects on your turn than you do, so that's not exactly how the game works. We will be able to bring back, and then we can go ahead and use the effect, force the Dragostapelia, which actually makes it a level 1 as well. So we can go into Anima, and then we go ahead, attach, attack over, and at this point he has the Heartbeat, which isn't doing anything. He has the Keldo, and he'll have the Unhaveness on board, so he's really relying on a top deck. He will get the Redoer back though, so I mean, I guess worst case scenario, he didn't go Sprint turn 1, did he? I honestly didn't really watch. Once they just start going, I just kind of accept it and let it go for what it is. Keldo, Medora, full grave, like disruption. He should still have Sprint and be able to send a Merrily from his deck to grave, assuming he doesn't have all of them. 1, and yeah, just the 1. So I mean, he could have went Sprint, send Merrily, and then go off that way. He does hit the Medora off the Keldo. And then Redoer, he does grab another spell of mine, so he's going to get another draw. Remember how I said it's very likely you'll have spells for discard fodder? Yeah, we play a lot of them. Anyway, so he happens to hit on his mills, he hits on his draws, and I mean, realistically, where his deck is thinned down to, it's pretty much all hits at that point, so the odds of him missing were very, very low. I kept the replay kind of to show the alpha and show how it goes. He actually quit right here though, so I don't know if he could out other than like crash and attack, and then he's kind of just with what he has. Personally, he'd be in a very, very strong position, being full board. I mean, I got core and grave, assuming he didn't, like if he uses Medora or Keldo, gets rid of the core out of my graveyard, like I really can't do anything. So I mean, like crash and then just attack, and then odds are I won't do anything next turn, and then he just attack again and he would win the next turn. But he actually quit there because he's probably like, oh, I just can't out it, and you know, didn't think about just crash and beat down, because I don't know, guess not many people think about stuff like that. 2 more replays. This is kind of a interesting 60 card pile zombie eldritch type deck. So Imperm Soul Levy set. We had just opened absolutely insane. I really don't care about Soul Levy here because we actually normal, special, and that's it. And by the time we special, I don't care about milling off my deck because guess what? We already have everything that we need, and we even open the power bond. So we just go discard, grab the other power bond. special summon just because I can't go into Seeger because his name's negated, and that's actually an issue. So then we go into Seeger, Power Bond. Not that we had to go into Seeger, because I mean 42 attack, 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 but we just really wanted to. And then Seeger, go attack, and now we have 63 times 3 plus 800, so a whole lot of damage. And one more replay. I am going to work on a more solely against meta replay once I get a final deck list. As far as testing here goes, I didn't mind showing against more rogue and low tier 2 type strategies, again just because we're testing and still moving ratios around. Once we get a solid list, we'll probably hop on Dueling Book and get some good replays against top tier decks. So Clockwork just going ham here again. Card is insane. Clockwork is nuts. It is far better than Machine Duplication right now. I'm sorry if you like dupe. I like dupe too, but I also like winning more than I like dupe. So now we can go into our Infinity play line, and there's just no point in really reviving anything. We don't need to. Core's already combo with a spell in hand. He surrenders because, well, there's nothing he's going to do. Not only would Bell not disrupt the combo, yeah, that's about it. Bell wouldn't even disrupt the combo, so don't need to go any further. Anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Like the replays, let me know down below how bad you want that deck list. I will keep working on it, but I also have a trophy tournament coming up, so I want to try and get everything squared away for that. Maybe take it to locals ahead of time before that too, and then we will hit you guys up with that list. Thank you for watching. If you haven't checked out our Cyber Dragon guide for 2023 already, it dropped on New Year's Day with the ball. Go check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun. Good year for Cyber Dragons. We're going to do better this year, guys. I promise. And again, take care. Thanks for watching.